Hi, my name is Riley and welcome to the making of Only Sims. So to start off here, I usually have two saves. I have legal and non-legal because I used to have a non-legal version of packs installed. But now I'm currently working on a new save file which has legal installed packs. Here am I editing one of my Only Sims characters, Hampton, and I'm just giving her new outfits and a new look. We just got done with her Rory Gilmore era, so now I'm just playing around with new looks. We're not really in an era, she's just dressing up to be nice and cute and fancy depending on the occasion. I was definitely more inspired by sunflowers and daisies because of other things that I'm working on, so I definitely wanted to incorporate yellow. So as you can see here, I'm trying to find the color swatches for the hat on her hair. It took me a while to find them, but I finally did eventually. But in this look I wanted to do, again, I was very heavily inspired by sunflowers and daisies because other things, but I also really wanted to incorporate like yellows and like other colors that I really don't usually work with. But to make her face and other body parts, I do use expanded mods, so expanded sliders mods. You can find them on like the Sims resource and stuff. If I can find the links to them, I'll link them down below in the description. I do have a lot of CC I use for her. I could not make it with just like base game in the packs because God forbidden, those are all ugly. Here's me continuing, just adding some accessories, finishing up her outfit. I definitely wanted more of a longer hair look for her recently. I just love the way longer hair looks on her. I originally started her off with medium hair and then it went to short hair and now it's just long. I just feel like it just accentuates her forehead more, you know? And then she looks more like an alien because she's got that really big forehead because she's based off the emojis, eye, lips, eye. But now I really want to get sped-up because I don't really have any nails. It's either the base game nails or the CC nails, so I'm going to try to get sped-up. I used to have it, but again, that was on my illegally saved files, so here's me finishing up the outfit. I'm making a second version of it for everyday outfit. This one I wanted to be more low-key, more like Instagram, like I'm going out to go get a coffee type vibe, but still being under the same basis that matches and goes with the first outfit. Continuing off of there, I just really like how the first outfit ended up coming out. I really love daisies, just love everything about it. And I feel like this one really goes well with it. I did end up having different decisions over the hair because again, I don't have very much hairs installed and I have to look for like a longer hair. All the hairs don't really match length, so I had to just create an illusion with it. And then after that, I just realized that the hair itself is going inside of her face, which bugs out, so I had a different version of the hair also installed. So I would put that on her later on, which doesn't have the like bang swoop pieces. One of my favorite things about Only Sims and the character Hampton for it is that I can just do whatever I want with her. She's like an embodiment of my creativity and I love to do everything with her. I went from her dancing in the middle of a flaming building, dancing to WAP. She's been obviously Rory Gilmore in her most recent era. She was a Greek goddess for some time, and I just cannot wait to do more themes with her and stuff. But currently, again, I'm just doing whatever is in the vibes right now, taking more like screenshots, not really doing much of video wise, so I'm working on other projects with her. But in this, here's me incorporating purple in like a prom dress look. Really don't like the color purple, so I really wanted to use that for this because I've never used the color purple on like anyone. It's usually pink, yellow, or like blue. Here's me going into the world. I usually typically start with a flat area, just like a completely empty lot, and then I'll start with a box like I'm gonna do here, and I'll make like a set, and that's usually how I get like the photo things done for her. I always start off by making a set. Sometimes they're just usually just like one side of the wall's done and then I take a photo there. But here I wanted to do like a mini set where I had like kind of like a house vibe inside and out. Not taking photos out, but like you can see through the windows and stuff. So I want to make sure to add that little bit of detail. But yeah, I always start off with a box, making a set. I originally wanted to do something like an architect or like a sculptor, and she was taking photos next to them. But I'm like, they didn't match her outfit. So later on, you would see me completely changing it, adding like hardwood floors and stuff, adding the kitchen to incorporate that like house vibe for the photos I wanted. But if I usually don't start off with a box, I usually either download a pre-built build and edit it from the gallery like I did with the Only Sims Rory version. And I literally downloaded the Gilmore's house from the gallery and just edited it to my liking because it was 100% accurate. And I literally just recently watched the show, so yeah. But here you can see me trying to finish with the like kind of like sculpt look, and I just didn't really like how because when I shrunk the stones inside, they casted a weird shadow and I couldn't get rid of it. So yeah, I just completely scrapped that idea by that point. And then here's me incorporating the kitchen and stuff. Like I just completely gave up with that idea and we're going for a house. But when it comes to the photos, I don't just fully build out the things because like there's literally no point. You're only gonna see a little bit of that. So I literally had 2 rooms in this area. I had the kitchen, dining, living room in one room, and then a door to a bedroom area. And that was completely it. And yes, there was a way to walk in, and that was the front door. Just literally needed nothing else for the photos. But going back to the lots and stuff, if I usually don't go and do like boxes like these or like just literally a rectangle, I typically either get them from the gallery like I said, or I would build one out, or I would get one of the ones that are already built and then fix it to her liking for the photos or the videos or whatever I'm doing at the time. I really don't build as much anymore, like big build wise, like houses and stuff, because that's just too time consuming, especially if I'm just going to do a photo or a video. And I have to be in a really certain mood for The Sims in order to build. I'm a really big builder. Like in my order, I go build number 1, like creating the Sims number 2, and then actual gameplay is obviously last because Sims 4 gameplay is not as fun to me. I prefer The Sims 3 or The Sims 2, but continuing off of that, here is me making the little outside area that you see peeping through the windows. I didn't want to add too much because again, you won't really see it. I just added like taller things and stuff that would be seen through the distance, like the pathway and the trees. I wanted to add those planter boxes outside the windows because they incorporated with the planter box outside the door. It was pretty much the same colors. I wanted to bring that in to make it look like it was continuing off, even though they're not from the same pack at all. I do have, again, a bunch of CC. I got a bunch of CC for the doors and windows here. And it's the like Nifty Knitting Expanded CC. You can just find it on like Chris Forge. It's by one of the creators. I'll try to link it down there in the description if I can find the link. Continuing off that, I decided I wanted to do kind of like a floral pattern in the bedroom, and I didn't know which one yet. I was originally trying to match it with the yellow, which I did find one that worked out, and I kept it throughout, even though later on I changed the window colors to just white. The front windows are staying the same color to the door with a little bit of yellow as the center, but any other windows like the bedroom or the kitchen one, I just kept white, just like the inside door. Continuing off of that, here's me trying to continue on the kitchen. I wanted the tiles to continue up, so I also had matching tile sets for the walls and floors, so I got ahead and used that. I wanted a more simplified kitchen but more aesthetic, so I wanted to do a lot of deep dark browns since I was working with a lot of bright yellows and bright colors, especially white and pales. So I made sure to get dark browns for like a lot of the build stuff. But going back to like the Only Sims character herself, the history behind her is I really made her out of the blue, and I'm like, oh my god, I so have to like make like edits and stuff like this because she's a baddie. And I did that on my original account on Rosanio on TikTok, and after that I just like, okay, I actually like am having fun with this, like making edits of this sim that thinks she's like a hottie and badass when she looks like the three emoji set, eye, lip, eye, like period. So I ended up making her own TikTok account and just continuing off that. And I have a feeling, well, I got a little bit inspired by one of my other TikTok accounts that I created, but it completely died out. It was like a Vladdy Daddy account, like Vladdy Estrad from In The Sims 4. That one completely flopped. I wasn't really having much fun with that, and I didn't really know how to do a lot of the stuff that I know how to do now with editing. So I was definitely inspired by that with the like Sims theme thing. But she's now popping off. She's not viral or anything, but I still am absolutely having absolute fun with her. With all the themes and all the outfits. Like, it's like dressing up a Barbie for me, and then you make a video and you post it, whether or not if it gets 1 like or like 0 views or anything, I still feel accomplished at the end of the day. I mainly post like thirst trap or thirst edits with her from like CapCut, because I find those so funny when you just see a sim that's ugly and just stripping, not stripping, like pole dancing though, on your screen. I just find that so fucking funny. It's like the content I want on my For You page, but currently on my For You page is so bad. It makes absolutely no sense. Like, I feel like the For You page on TikTok has completely died out, as it's like closing down here in the US. But continuing off of that, I just love the character. I have so much fun with her because, again, it's just like dressing up a Barbie, creating storyline just like you normally do with in The Sims, except I screenshot them, record them, try to tell a story through the videos. But if I'm not posting like thirst edits or like thirst traps from like CapCut or anything like that, I usually like post on her TikTok story like screenshots that I took, and it's like a professional looking photo, which I'm going to be doing some here in this fast like little video. And it's just so fun to just like even take screenshots of her, because I have a bunch of poses installed and everything for her. A lot of my poses actually and animations that I downloaded have been in my game for like ages, even before I like started this Only Sims character, Clitty Hampton. And I can't find the original creators anymore, because I originally got them at like Patreon and stuff, or like Sims 4 file share or whatever that one website is, and you get it from like their YouTube channel. But like none of the links for them work anymore, and they disappeared from my Patreon, so I have a feeling they like deleted them or like transferred somewhere. So half of my animations, if they're gone, they're gone. But I do love the animations that I got, and I would literally cry if I lost any of them, because I would not know how to get them back. Here's me trying to incorporate a grandfather clock. I'm trying to make the color match the stupid countertops with the dark brown. I couldn't find one, so I just literally went with gray, like a color that was in there. Incorporated gray with a planter pot, and soon I'm going to be working on the living room area. I was so fed up by the time I got to the living room area, because I'm like, okay, nothing's matching. All the browns are not the same shade of brown, because that's another thing that I hate about The Sims 4. It like building Sims 3 all the way, because they got the color wheel and everything, and if you don't even like the swatches, like the pattern stuff, you can literally make your own pattern with the like Sims 3 pattern creator. So like there's like, why can't Sims 4 have that? But anyways, here's me going on the couches. I was so indecisive. I know I wanted the dream home decorator couches, and Was originally thinking the CC ones that I downloaded, but I'm like, nah, I wanted like a dark brown color and I wanted the wood, but the woods didn't even match the table wood, the clock wood, or even the counter wood. So I gave up and I ended up using the CC ones anyways. And I wanted like a beige kind of vibe, but they didn't really have a beige, so I went with this kind of like off-white. And I'm like, okay, this is fine. I don't care. And I literally went so simple with this because I completely gave up. My head was not working anymore because all the woods did not match. So I literally just threw down a TV, a rug, and a table there, and I moved on to the bedroom. But as that's going on, a little more facts about Only Sims is that I actually got banned off of OnlyFans for it. So I created an account a day before I turned 18 for the Only Sims character, just as a joke and stuff. So see if it goes anywhere there, and I can take screenshots and like, haha, like a meme type vibe. But then they realized that I wasn't 18, and then they banned me, and now I can't even make an account now. I can appeal, but I haven't tried yet. I'm kind of too scared to. But if only I waited an extra day, because I was literally a day before my birthday. But with that, I did end up making a Patreon for her, which I find Patreon so much more easier, because with my main channel, Real Sanio, I do use Patreon for like my CC and stuff, because I do make a low CC now and then. But I just find it so much more better and more organized than anything else as far as I know, and it's like one of the only things I use now. And it's commonly used in the Sims community, I feel like, because a lot of CC creators use it anyways. So like if you're going to do anything to do with Sims and you're like posting files or like anything that you want to sell or have a subscription for, I feel like Patreon is just the #1 place to go at that point. Or there is also, if you're just doing CC, it's like the Sims resource. But again, for the teleportation and the poses and stuff, I do use a mod called like teleportation statue or whatever. If you go on to like Sims 4 Studios website and scroll down a bit and find the like pose pack, like the pose mod itself, under it is the teleportation mod, and I use that for the poses, so I can get a perfect angle and where I want them to stand, and so it's not annoying. When it comes to the actual inside the poses, I do use MCC to change their outfits while they're in the pose. They don't like get out of the pose or the angle or whatever. I find that so much more easier. And if I like forgot to do an outfit or need to edit an outfit as she's in the pose and I don't want to get rid of it, I edit her through MCC. So I just click like edit household, and when you load back in, she's literally still there, and it's perfect. I just love MCC. It's like one of those mods, like even if you're not doing something like this and it's just regular gameplay, MCC is such a lifesaver, because like you're doing like an achievement run or whatever, and you don't want to activate cheats and your Sim's like glitching out, and no matter what you do it won't fix. MCC can let you reset your Sim and stuff without activating cheats, and it's so useful. I cannot tell you how many times I've resetted my Sim with MCC. But yeah, I use a lot of mods for this. I also have an effects mod made by the same people that made the teleportation mod and the pose pack. It's pose mod itself. It's literally like a plumb bob that you place around, and you can make it invisible, and it plays like in-game effects. So that's how I did my first arrow of her, the fire era, and I made the building look like it was on fire. I just had a bunch of those placed around and had fire effects playing. Here's me taking some of the final photos, because I'm just using this one as photos. I wasn't really going to do any videos with this set. I just wanted to take cute photos of her and cute outfits that I usually don't would put her in. But yeah, I actually really happy on how simple but yet good her outfit came out and photos came out for this purple dress. Because again, I really don't like the color purple at all. And I don't know, something about this dress with the like the room itself, like the beiges and browns and whites, it just pops off, and it actually makes me kind of like it. But anyways, that is little facts and like how I get into making my Only Sims character here, Lady Hampton. If you want to follow her, you can find her on Patreon, TikTok, and obviously here on YouTube. Most of them are Hammy_C, except here is YouTube with an extra underscore after the C. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.
Only Sims.